That's not necessary. There's no indication that Mueller's going to be fired. I don't think the president's going to do that. And just as a practical matter, even if we passed it, why would he sign it?
That's Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell saying he will not bring legislation to the Senate floor that would protect special counsel Robert Mueller from being fired by the president. His response after a bipartisan group of lawmakers proposed a bill to ensure that the special counsel can only be fired for, quote, good cause. Let's bring in Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, what do you think of the Senate Majority Leader's position that such a bill is unnecessary?
Well, it's rare that I agree so firmly with Mitch McConnell, but in this case, he's absolutely right that the Senate has far more important work to get to. Over 500 bills that we've sent from the House that the Senate hasn't taken action on. I just met yesterday with a cabinet official who has only 20% of their leadership team confirmed by the Senate, and so this would not be an appropriate use of their resources of time. I do think that it may become appropriate eventually to set some legislative guardrails on the Mueller probe. We've got Rod Rosenstein writing secret memos expanding the probe beyond foreign influence in the election to financial transactions that occurred well before Donald Trump even contemplated running. And I think that that would be the more appropriate response from the Congress, to put some guardrails on this investigation.
There are questions whether that kind of legislation would even be constitutional. Do you have an opinion on that?
Well, it's my assessment that the president has broad powers when it comes to the employees of the executive branch. Sometimes good facts make bad laws, and people can get wound up in one particular fact pattern and make laws that then could, in the long term, really impair presidential powers. So I don't think it would be wise for us to limit the president's ability to hire and fire members of the executive branch. But I do think when it comes to the expending of resources, the Congress should use the power of the purse to set some guardrails on the Mueller probe at a minimum and ensure that it would only be focused on foreign interference in our elections, not every untoward thing that any person has ever done that has ever had any connection with Donald Trump. That seems a little broad to me.
Yeah, it does seem that those who are in legal trouble as a result of the Mueller investigation thus far had nothing to do with Russian election meddling. Here's what the president tweeted regarding James Comey most recently. There is no indication, he writes, slippery James Comey, the worst FBI director in history, was not fired because of the phony Russia investigation, where, by the way, there was no collusion except by the Dems. You're suggesting that the president, you don't think, is going to fire Mueller?
I don't think he's going to fire Mueller. I do believe that the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General should take a stronger leadership role as it relates to Mueller. I also understand the president's frustration when it comes to James Comey. James Comey wasn't in any way bringing these issues to light in real time. He waited until he was able to make money off of a book deal. And now we see James Comey finally has the job he really wants. He's a television star. And it seems to be that this is a person who always wants to be in the limelight. He wants to put himself in the center of the facts. He's set up this martyr complex where only he can save the integrity of the FBI by virtue of his selfless acts. And I don't think the American people are buying it. I think that it's very insincere what James Comey is doing, and it's not helping his cause, and it's understandably frustrating to the president.
We will continue to watch all of these stories as they play out. Congressman Matt Gaetz, a member of the House Judiciary Committee, thank you.
Thank you.